to say, you know what, let's stop right here. Let's stop this fight. We can start sacrificing resources to attack elsewhere on the map.
They may be anchored, but SRG are here to sink the ship. Our very first game of day 2 here in week 4 of MPL Malaysia Season 16. We will have the rivalry between SRG and Vamos with the former friend GreedisGood on the opposite side. Will they be able to take control of the rivers in the land of Dawn?
Let's jump right into it here. With Lancelot already starting on his purple in comparison to his opponent, Haya on the purple as well. They will end up on separate sides of the map. No,
Ouch.
oh my god.
That's level 1 Kimmy for you.
Why are we contesting it like this, right? Are we really looking to push and get taxed? Because I think this is worse than letting the wave just push into you.
Because as a Kalia, you do want to get near the minions because you just want to proc as much heal as you want. But again, sometimes you just kind of autopilot and you forgot who you're laning up against. Against a Kimi, you can't do that. Against others, maybe the Farsa and Eve, you can actually out-heal the damage that you do. But hold on, Zorn.
Stormy found the Abyssal Arrow. Zorn in trouble, gets the taunt. Revitalize comes out as well. Yume's here to back Stormy up. Stormy almost did. Flocko now in some trouble as Skies comes in to back up this mid laner, and first blood goes to the Lancelot.
Very patient from Sagai's, making sure he takes his time with it just in case Klokun does any fancy movements, holding on to that Thorn Rose to the very end. But at least they now know that GB is going to be on the orange side of his map. I am curious about the lane state between Innocent as well as Nako, because it looks like Nako is kind of struggling.
I kind of feel like in the early stages, it's pretty even between both. But now here, we got the Terengganu junglers coming in from Chibi as well as Sakai's. Honestly, because of them, people always have this assumption that, hey, you're from Terengganu, you gotta be an amazing jungler. But now looking at the matchup here, I feel like it's still even just because Nako does get like he loses the trade just because of the range, but he should be able to farm off.
Beautifully played with the flicker forward to get that auto attack.
Ah, here we go. That's another highlight clip for the casters. Cursed right there for you Clippers out there.
I was gonna say, he has heal.
And it's not in trouble now though, Chibi.
Now what about you, idiot? Maybe you should shut up.
It's a 2 for 2. Oh, we're rolling with the stones here.
Oh my
That's how we want to start the day.
All right, hey, look, at least it's pretty even. Sakai still gets the turtle at the end of the day. No contest for Vamos' side. And there's an arrow next.
Yeah, looks like they're not going to commit on this. They know Klokun is purified and a little bit too deep.
I'm not going to be punished. See how good my boy is, Stormy? He hit the stun and the trap on 2 different people, but he hit both.
He hit both, right? He's spreading that love, man.
Exactly. No way he's going to die after this.
I sure hope not, especially since it's only Zorn who's keeping them in check right now. Now, GreedisGood, on the other hand, has lost a good chunk of EXP. It looks like Cram has gotten pretty much all of the EXP crabs in the meantime. And I think that Nako, he's got to be a little careful. Now that he's hit level 4, it's a good sign, but we don't see much movement from Vamos other than towards that gold lane after full clearing.
This is why we mentioned the importance of that mid lane control, right? Unfortunately, SRG able to win out that trade thanks to that early gank from Skies, and now it's harder for Vamos to rotate the map.
I do have to say, though, we are definitely going to be looking more towards the EXP after this, because we saw the games where Lapu Lapu is in, even if he loses to the Esmeralda in the laning phase, eventually
Stormy lands the arrow. Klokun in trouble. 1 HP and a flicker from Stormy.
See, my boy not gonna
survives all of it. Chibi
wait,
from the opposite side. Stormy playing a dangerous game. Can Chibi find him in the bush? Stormy just goes for it. Goes for the poke. Chibi commits the Yogi Shadow kill. Gets the kill.
Dang. He was trying to max damage that. He was trying to max damage that. Why are we turning away now? Oh god! Nako goes down, and unfortunately, at least for Chibi's side, he manages to get back out before Esme takes him out. He does lose his regenerate, which is a little sad, but now Zorn has to deal with the problems down on bot side.
And Brody takes tower so fast. The entire gold shield basically gone. Massive gold injection for SRG.
And now we can see Cram cutting the lane, so it looks like both EXP laners should be joining the fight. And because both are divers here, we definitely got to be looking at the goal lane as well as the mid lane. Whoever gets caught first, just like Nako there.
Oh my goodness! Nako's just gone! I don't know if Vamos can afford to fight this anymore, but they're still gonna try and contest the first turtle. Skies dodges the jump from Chibi. Chibi commits the OG Shadow Kill onto Yumes, unfortunately. Not really the target, but he's able to avoid the Tsunami Slam as well. Skies on top of the turtle, and he's able to secure it for SRG, while also picking up the killing spree on Chibi. Innocent also slays Goges at the same time. A complete victory for the Red Giants.
Gotta tell you, Gideon, that never happened to me.
Yeah,
I've never had that interaction before.
Usually it's like, even if you shadow away, you'll just like yoink him out of the air.
Yep.
And they're still fighting. They're diving Zorn under tower. Yumas is probably going to die here. The Clawkun stayed a bit too long. Cram goes in. Clawkun flies away, but they'll lose their tier 1.
That's pretty... Oh man, that's so much gold so early on into the game, right? They take 2 tier 1s, and most importantly, they crack open the mid so early off the second turtle of the game. This has really escalated things. So far, Stormy's arrows really making the difference in these fights. It's turned into 4v5s before they even get to the 5v5.
Yeah, Vamos, they don't really have any safe avenues here, because even Chibi farming up, he has to be careful of his own positioning, which is kind of scary, because some of the habits of the professional players is that they always want to check up the items for themselves and opponents. So the moment you look at the scoreboard, all of a sudden you got stunned. There's nothing much you can do, especially because Nako, he doesn't have a Purify. He has a Flicker. So when he's caught, it's GG, man. Like even if you don't die, Selena will deal enough damage that you are not in the fight.
It's just a huge brass tack.
Committing the Tsunami Slam into the arrow, but Goges actually gets the dash animation out just in time.
Good buffering. Really, really good buffering. He is probably just swiping his finger as hard as he possibly can and as fast as he can. Speaking of which, GB might be in some trouble here.
Yes, guys, taking 1v1. Doesn't know Zorn is in the bush, but not gonna full commit to it, especially since 3 members of SRG are pushing up top lane as well.
Dude, it's actually so refreshing to see teams actually look for big trades here, right? 3 on top side, 3 on bottom side, both understanding that the pressure on the map is unfavorable if they get caught out in the wrong position, especially for Vamos, not that they're 4,000 behind. But that doesn't mean that they can't bounce back. We have 6 seconds until the next neutral objective, the final turtle of this game, and that's usually where you're expecting Nako to participate, but I think he's too far behind.
Yeah, looking at the gold graph here, you have the numbers where it needs to be when you're on SRG side, because the one that has the advantage is the gold, EXP, as well as the jungle. This is where you want the lead to be. And for Vamos, we gotta look at items, because I kind of feel like they really need those tough boots, because the amount of pressure that Stormy has, you need as much crowd control denial that you can. Maybe even consider later on building the brute force breastplate, because again, you don't even think about Yumes, just think about Stormy. If you're getting it stunned, you're not going to win any team fight.
Yeah, no, it's going to be extra difficult here. But while everything is happening on the map, you see a different conversion, right? They're playing 3-1-1, and that Esme is really making life hard for Chibi. He's falling further and further behind. He may be 2-1 compared to this guy's 3-0, but he's 2 levels down. Now 1 level down, unless something happens here.
The Zorn actually trying to commit to the catch, but SRG just completely disengages, not allowing Vamos any chance to jump on them.
They're putting those huge tariffs here, coming up to like a 90% tariff situation, and Vamos is paying the price.
Oh, I hate it when they just take the orange, man. I hate when they steal the orange away.
Hey, it just completely shuts down the entire jungle, right?
Yeah.
It feels bad, but also, what can you really do when you don't have enough economy to make that push?
You would assume you'll stay there forever.
Yeah, no, honest to God, I really think that most people should be respectful towards those invades, but
Yeah. Either ways, first item for Nako, finally at 8 minutes and 20 seconds, having that Holy Crystal, and SRG, they're just speeding up the tempo, making it so that Vamos, they don't have a lot of avenues for them to have a good comeback here, because having Innocent with this Brody, as well as Sakai's on the Lancelot, making it so that they can pressure every single lane very fast. And the thing about Vamos is they do have long lanes to control with the Hayabusa as well as the Lapu Lapu, but they just don't have a chance just because of the Selena roaming around, making it so that it's never a fair fight. You gotta make it fair, man.
No.
Let the guy eat.
Not in SRG's position. They feel threatened by Vamos with that mask-off nonsense. They don't want to be holding on to their hostages for too long here. I think that in this particular case, SRG, the way that they're playing is totally fine, but I also love their item build, right? The fact that they're going from Malefic Gun into at least the Sea Halberd, just because they know, hey, Yums, you can be greedy, go for the fleeting time. Stormy must get the Enchanted Talisman. They are slowing down the progression of getting a glowing wand just because Innocent is picking it up as a second item, and he's super far ahead.
It's a very complete strategy. SRG always knows to have their bases covered here when they're going for this kind of playstyle, and another scary thing about this team is we always talk about how, hey, a team is known for this hero. They should know how to counter it. SRG embodies that in the best way. Oh, hold on. They did find Cram. OG Shadow Kill comes out. Deadly Catch dodged entirely. Vamos are not taking this very well. Zorn dropping very low. Tsunami Slam going to be used. Revitalize. Keeping Vamos topped up. Cram nearly dead, but Zorn actually is dead to the Abyssal Arrow. Going to be the only casualty of the fight.
Way too many commitments to the ult there. I don't think it was necessary. And Cram, great that he buffered the flicker to get out of the scenario. Now, with one man down, especially Zorn, oh wow, these arrows are connecting from Stormy.
Talk about playing unfair, man.
It's just artillery fire.
Yeah.
Consistent artillery fire.
It feels like sending a warship against the ships just bringing in food.
No, I think it's more accurate that it's a drone strike.
Yeah, you're right.
It feels like homing right now. Look at that, that almost hit Natko as well.
Yums in some trouble, able to jump away once again, but he gets caught in the traction pulse. Vamos finally finding one back in return, but they'll lose their tier 2 mid.
Right now, I'm worried. Do they even have the resources to kill Cram? I don't even know if Nako can one-shot Cram. He only has a Holy Crystal.
I don't think he can.
I don't think Nako can one-shot Stormy.
I don't think Cram can die here.
I think Nako can one-shot Stormy. I don't think he can one-shot Innocent only because of the 2-level lead that he has. But he does have Divine Glaive now, so there's a good chance that he might.
There's a chance.
It is an opportunity at least. 68 seconds left until the next Lord spawns here. And we've seen a lot of team play coming up from individuals, right? The only big solo plays that we've seen is when Stormy does hit that individual arrow. And even Yums, right? We haven't seen him as snappy as before. Picks up whoever he wants with the Tsunami Slam. There's a lot more respect coming into this game.
Now this is worrying because when we're looking at a potential team fight, they need damage. But looking at both Chibi as well as Nako, they really don't have enough items here. Like, Nako sure has the Holy Crystal as well as the Divine Glaive. I think you can deal with the squishy, but even the tankier guys, they're gonna heal up coming in from that Kalia. And you have anti-heal with Kimi, but I think it's just not gonna be enough. Although now that Chibi has that Malefic Roar as well, maybe there's a chance, but he's gonna be the main damage dealer. The moment you see Yums catching out Chibi, that's a lost team fight. Just abort. Don't even think about staying.
And we're not seeing too many mistakes come out of GB as well, right? Again, I want to see if he can replicate that same interaction, right? If you dash in time before the animation completes, Yums grabs onto nothing with the Tsunami Slam. Doesn't happen as often and shouldn't be as consistent. But who knows, right? Who knows? There just might be some new tech that GB has been working on.
Anything's possible here. For now, we're 12 minutes in. SRG already on top of the Lord. Conceal comes out. Yums just stands there menacingly, and Zorn knows he cannot approach. This should be a very free objective for the Red Giants.
And this is a terrible situation for Vamos, right? No structures to work with, only inhibitors. The Lord now is going to at least guarantee one. Again, no holy shielding as well, as they've all been popped. SRG on the siege. I think Stormy, he's ready for this, right? I feel like Cram probably is going to go for a falling Star Moon as he walks up to the inhibitor as the Lord comes in. But other than that, Stormy, he just needs to sit there. Just keep on launching those motors.
Yeah, but for Vamos, they're only 9,000 behind. So, you know, like, they can do something. All they need to do, all they need to do is just clear the minions and don't get hit with any skill shots.
Just don't get hit, right?
Just dodge. As long as you dodge, it should be okay.
All right, so one inhibitor guaranteed to go down here. Innocent, he can easily walk up whenever he wants, and Yums is even trying to get that pressure too.
Oh, they actually jump in for this. Yums in trouble. Immortality already popped out. Abyssal Arrow connects, but Yums is gone. Wow, Skies does a lot of damage. Chibi has to back off the base to heal. Goja's going to be in trouble now. Gets stunned once again. Abyssal Arrow sets up the mega kill. Zorn, AOG's in. Revitalized Fuse doesn't really hit anything, actually, but the Abyssal Arrow once again connects with Chibi in the back line. Skies with the poke nearly takes out Clawkun. Natko actually starting to do some noticeable damage, but the OG Shadow Kill ends up all being consumed by the Esmeralda. SRG just slowly tightening their grip.
This is why I say, just dodge. See what happens when you dodge?
Yep, that's fair. That's a fair point. Despite all the dodging, that 10k goal lead has already set them up for checkmate And unfortunately, at least for Vamos, finding those decent shutdowns, they ended up losing 2 inhibitor turrets. This next upcoming Lord is going to be a huge disadvantage for Vamos, right? They've got long lane already exposed, and they've even gotten the Lord-sided lane also no inhibitor.
This is an interesting itemization here because Cram now having that Ice Queen wand make it so that his primary target is going to be Nanko as well as Zorn. The moment they get caught, and Gorgeous as well, not only does he get more sustain from the spell vamp, but he can slow them down, making it so that once they are going for that Lord dance, he just has to touches them, pause, and then they can't get away. So it's easy for SRG to just punish them, either by Yums going in, Innocent just getting free damage. Absolutely everyone can punish whoever Cram slows down.
And I think that's great. It works, it peels for Innocent, it sets up for Yums, it makes Stormy's job so much easier, it allows Skies to really take his time in the middle of these fights so that he can focus on dodging CC rather than just outputting damage.
And it's been so long since we've seen an Ice Queen Swan and an Esmeralda. That just shows how much money SRG is holding on to, how far ahead they are compared to Vamos. Like they can afford to go for luxury items just to make fights lean even further in their favor.
Okay, here's the thing. What if Cram slows them down, but Stormy didn't calculate for that one, then he starts missing.
Is that one of those situations the best way to dodge is to stand still?
Yeah.
Speaking of dodging, Yume's not going to be able to dodge them. They caught him out with the deadly catch, but look at Skies, look at his damage. Coach is nearly dead. Zorn pops him away, life, not able to really make use of it. Oh, he's going to come down. Cram timing the backline, and SRG is running down Vamos. Unstoppable on Skies. It's a double kill, and Zorn going to be caught once again with the Abyssal Arrow. That is going to be it. Chibi, the only one left in base to try and defend against 2. Zorn buying time, but the crystal is already wide open. Skies is godlike, and game 1 will go to the Selangor Red Giants.
Eventually.
They're just taunting now. They're playing with them.
Yeah, there's